Hey everybody, welcome to the update for Behind the Screen. Oh my god, I'm listening to myself, that's terrible. Okay, so this is what happened yesterday when we actually played out the campaign we planned last night. I showed up at the house and immediately remembered that I had forgotten about a lot of things that happened. Like the moment I walked in the house, I was like, oh shit, wait a minute, they already fought the wyverns. In fact, they just killed the wyverns and they're already in the wyvern lair. Fuck. So that was bad, but we compensated by using the Sphinx fight while they're walking towards the Northlands. There was some big argument about, like, well, what do we want to do? Do we want to go straight to the Northlands? Do we want to go back and talk to General Redbeard? It's a big argument. There was a heated discussion. In the end, they decided to just fucking head towards the north somewhere and start looking for this guy, whose name I had also forgotten because I failed to send myself the notes that I had taken. So we called him Cernonymous, because I forgot his name. And on a phone, the map program that we use doesn't work because it doesn't scroll properly. It's not meant for touch device. So it took like 15 minutes to figure out the name of the town that he was in, Vantis. Because then I had to like keep putting in coordinates trying to find the right map, and it was a pain in the ass. Everything was foobarred, but we made it work. Two of the players literally got into a fight that ended with one of them almost killing the other. They got upset over some petty bullshit that doesn't even matter, and one of them knocked the other in the head, kicked out his knees, and then hogtied. He rolled incredibly well on all of his checks, and the other guy rolled very poorly on all of his checks. So he ended up hog tying around the throat with a rope and then behind the guy's leg. So the guy started, choking. But then the ranger, who the fighter was hog tying, managed to like slash the rope with his sword, so he wasn't, dying or anything. And then the fighter just beat him in the back of the head until he fell unconscious, which was great. Then what? Then then they've got to the river. And they got to remember the river that we had drawn, and there's some towns on top of it. They got to the south side of the river and were about to swim across. The fighter who had gotten to the fight with the ranger was about to swim across the river when the ranger comes up from behind him and like tries to punch him in the back of the head again, but misses hilariously, and everyone else just watches on. Fighter didn't even notice, so the ranger walks up behind him again and tries to punch him in the back of the head again. This time he hits him. Another brawl ensues. The mage breaks it up, says, "Whoa, what the fuck, guys?" Tells the ranger, "Dude, you lost. Get over it." Like, gives a nice short speech that's very pointed, but you could tell that he was not talking to the ranger. He was talking to the player. It was hilarious and super fucking awkward at the same time. It was great. The fighter starts swimming across the river. Halfway across the river, the ranger shoots the fighter for 6, bringing him down to 1 HP. He was in the middle of the river. No one else in the party knows how to swim. If he had done 1 more HP of damage, the fighter would have been unconscious and drowned. The wizard at this point casts web all over the ranger to keep his shit together. And eventually they get a boat back. So basically what happened is they fought the Sphinxes, they captured one of them, and then let it go, and told it to go hunt the guy, and then it just fucking took off. And like, yeah, he's totally not going to go after Cernonymous, who the guy with the orb, I forget his name already. So there was a whole big debacle about letting him go, and it ended with them letting him go, and the Sphinx swearing on his life that he will go hunt down Cernonymous and find him, and then just fucking taking off somewhere else. And the party being like, meh, whatever, but he's not going to come back. So that's what happened. It was hilarious. They made almost no progress and got into a huge fight amongst themselves. 3 huge fights amongst themselves inside the party. And that's what happens when you play D&D with close friends in a real house. All right, that's it for this behind the screen update. We will be doing behind the screen in 2 weeks for our next campaign, for our next session of the current campaign, and we'll figure out then what is going on with the knight and the orb, and I've forgotten the names already, so we're just going to keep calling him Cernonymous. See you guys then. Bye-bye.